Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to our CS class. Today we are going to discuss our chapter File Handling. We already started this chapter File Handling and we specified there are three types of files. They are binary files, text files and CSV files. So let's start. Once more we can discuss what is file handling. It is an important part of any web application because in computers or in all devices we are storing data in the form of file. It will be in hard disk, pen drive, CD drive, etc. So our Python programming language provides many functions for creating, reading, writing, updating and closing files. So for any web application, file handling is an important topic. In this, we can create a file. After creation, we can read, update, delete, etc. So files means the data which we have stored in disk. In the form of directory or files, we can store data. We can use many types of extensions also. So the data files are the files that store data to a specific application for later use. Three types of files are available. They are text file, binary file and CSV or comma separated values file. First we can discuss text file. What is a text file? We have already discussed a text file contains a sequence of line. Each line consists of a sequence of characters. In text files, data are identified by using ASCII or Unicode. That means ASCII or Unicode is the standard code used to denote a file. It is stored on permanent storage medium. ASCII code for every alphabet. For every keys in the keyboard, there will be a ASCII code which will be unique. All keyboards support the same ASCII code. Then so we can use ASCII or Unicode. Default character coding technique is ASCII because we are commonly used ASCII code. And each line is terminated by a special character known as end of line or EOL. That means end of line. And in the lowest level means at the machine level. We already studied high level and low level. High level means we can do programs in high level language. Our Python, Java, all are high level language. But the computer cannot understand this high level language. Then a translator is required to convert our high level language to low level language. In low level language or machine language, data is represented in the form of binary numbers. That means zeros and one. So data are stored in the form of bytes. 1 byte equal to 8 bits. 1 nibble equal to 4 bits. You already studied this. So at the lowest level, text file is stored in the form of binary format or collection of bytes. These text files are stored in, that is in the lowest form it is in machine language or binary files, so we can't understand it. But at the higher level, that text files are stored in human readable representation. So in our hard disk it is stored in human readable representation and we can identify it or we can recognize the codes. For example, we are doing Python program in Notepad, then we are using .py extension. So by using this we can identify the code because we can identify the language and we can identify the code, we can understand the code. So it is in human readable form, but in lower level the data is converted to machine language, so it will be in binary format. So we can create this text file by using any text editor, Word, Word or Doc or text, all possible. So that is text file. So text file contains data in, usually text file uses ASCII representation. So when we are typing any document in Word, what happened? Our keyboard corresponding characters ASCII value is fetched According to that, that key is displayed, or that value is displayed in the screen. Next is binary file. As the name implies, binary file contains binary data. That means in the form of numbers. Numbers means zeros and one. That means in binary we are using zeros and one. It can be used for numerical operation. Numerical means based on number. So when we work on binary file, we have to interpret the row bit patterns. That means read from the file into correct type of data in our program. So we have to use correct data type also when using binary file. While reading the file, we have to specify correct data type. That means data are stored in the form of binary format. So when we are retrieving data, if we want character, then we have to specify the data type. If we want digit, then we have to specify the data type of digit, int or float, and so on. For encoding and decoding, Python provides special modules. Modules are the library files which produced by Python language. That means default library files are used for encoding and decoding of data. So binary file, binary format data is stored. So when we want to retrieve the data, we have to specify the correct data type. So when we are retrieving, this binary data is converted to our, if we want to convert it to string, it is possible to convert to string, then we can identify the data. Then what is CSV file? CSV file are comma separated values, are the full form of CSV. So it is a delimited text file that uses a comma to separate values. Each line of the file is a data record. Each line is a data record, and each record consists of one or more fields separated by commas. By using comma, we can identify the source of the name for this file format. So by using CSV files in HTML, we heard the term CSV. We want to transfer file from one application to another. So CSV file is used. That means in this CSV file, comma separated values will be there. Each line consists of each record. Each record consists of one or more fields. These fields are separated by comma. CSV file stores data, both numbers and text, in a plain text. So these are CSV file. And what is the difference between text files and binary files? Text files, first is text files are sequential. Sequential means one after another. That means it maintain a order. Binary file contains arbitrary binary data. The text files only stores text. We can store text by using text file. But binary files are used to store binary data. So in binary data, when we can convert our text into binary data, that is possible. Any number into binary data, that is also possible. And another thing is we can store image, video, audio, etc. Text is possible in text file, but in binary files, image, video, audio, all are possible. Then in text file, there will be a delimiter. Delimiter means end of the line. In C program, you will use colon. Like that, we are using some notation. Text files needed this delimiter, end of line. And binary file, there is no delimiter. Each line ends with /n. /n means a new line forms by using /n. That is a delimiter. So in text file, presence of delimiter is there, so processing will be more time consuming, because we have to read and write operations, and we have to consider the end of line also. In binary files, no presence of delimiter, so processing will be easy. Then text file is easy to understand because it is in human readable representation. At the lowest level, only binary numbers are used, but binary files are difficult to understand. It uses digits. Then text files are having extension of .txt. Binary files are having extension of .dat. Now we are using MPG, JPG all in binary files. Programming on text files are very easy because we can understand the code, and programming on binary files are difficult. Less prone to get corrupt as changes reflect as soon as the file is opened and easily can undone. That means if you are doing some error, we can omit it easily. Can easily get corrupted. Corrupted means wrong data. In binary file, it is easy to get corrupted. You know why? In suppose we open an image in binary format, and suppose just for fun we are changing the digits. What happened? Our image will be corrupted. So when we change one bit, it will affect the entire originality of the image. So binary files are easily get corrupted. So these are the files used in types of files used. Next topic is Python file stream. Stream, what is the name of stream? It contains a group of characters or group. Like that we will use streams. So in Python file streams, there are for input, output and error streams. There are three different standard streams. Different standard streams means these streams are already in the Python library. So first is there are three different standard streams. They are standard input device, which is known as stdin. In for input. Input means input is supplied by the user by using keyboard. So stdin reads from the keyboard. Then standard output device, which is standard out. That means when a result is produced, it is displayed in monitor or it is printed. So for this, std out is the standard output stream. And error device, suppose some device have error, then there is a library method std error. This stderr used for error purpose. It reflects like an output device, because in std out the computer will display the output. In std error also we will get an output, but it is the error message. If some error happen, then std err are used. Then standard input output devices as files. We have to import sys module. Sys a module or package in Python library. Its name is sys. If we import sys module, then we can read and write. Read, what is read? Read means it is an input operation. Input is supplied by read operation. Output get to the user by write operation. So to input we are using sys.stdin.read. So we can read data from the keyboard. For output we use sys.stdout.write. So we will get the result from monitor. So it is an output operation. So output obtained by write and input by read. Next topic is, let's discuss our syllabus. In this syllabus we started from here: text file, binary files, relative and absolute paths, with which we can cover in detail in next classes. Then we started with text file, opening a text file. This is our next topic. This is your syllabus. The text file, first we want to know the operations in files. So just we can continue this topic in the next class. If we want to work on a file, first we have to open the file. Then we can read or write, append, edit, all possible. Then after that we have to save the file and we have to close the file. Normal file, suppose in our D drive there is a file named CS. Then we have to open that file. If we want to edit, we can edit. That is known as write operation. If we want to read, then we can read data. Then if we want to change the data, we can change and then save and then we can close. So these are the functions in file. These operation can be performed by the Python language itself. So we can continue this session in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.